Hi guys, Ruby here and welcome back to my YouTube channel. So today I want to talk about showing up. By showing up, I literally mean showing your own face when it comes to your social media platforms or your website, anywhere where you are representing your business, you should be showing your face. Now I know that this can be difficult for a lot of people, even us photographers, we can feel nervous about having our photo taken, but it is important for so many reasons. Not only do I show up by posting pictures of myself regularly on my feed, but I also show up on my Instagram stories, obviously here on YouTube, and I try to share photos of myself over on my business Facebook page as well. So just imagine that you are in need of a photographer. Maybe you need engagement photos, maybe you need family photos, senior portraits, I don't know, but imagine that you need photos and you are looking for a photographer. Getting your picture taken can be kind of an intimate thing, and you can really get a lot of information about somebody's vibe just by seeing a picture of them. You want to make sure that you're hiring someone who you feel like you're going to be comfortable with, who gives off a type of energy that you really relate to. I personally just think it would be really weird to hire a photographer and show up to the photo shoot and not know what your photographer looks like. Maybe that's just me, but I have found that showing up on my Instagram feed has been a really great way for me to connect to my audience. People hire me not only because they like my photos, but because they like me as a person. And they are able to get a really great idea for who I am as a person because I show up everywhere. I got pictures of me on my homepage. I got pictures of me in my About Me. I try to have a photo of myself at least every 9 photos on Instagram, because when you go to an Instagram feed, you get that first little chunk of the 3 rows of photos, and I don't want anyone to have to be searching around trying to figure out what I look like. So I like to have one always on there. I like to try to post on my stories every day if I can, and of course I'm over here on YouTube as well. You'll probably find out that when you post pictures of yourself, they also get more interaction than anything else you post. I know when I post a picture of myself that I'm gonna get a lot of likes and a lot of comments compared to pictures of just my couples. It just goes to show you that people do want to see you. So then the question is how to go about getting these photos of yourself. Since we are photographers, I'm assuming we know how to take a self-portrait, but it can be tricky to pose yourself the right way and to get the correct angles that you like. So doing a content session swap with another local photographer is not only a great way to get content photos for yourself, but it's also just a great way to network and build a community of photographers in your area. Typically how I like to go about content session swaps is when we meet up with the photographer, we swap cards. That way I can take home all of the images of myself, edit them so that they fit my feed and fit my brand, but also transferring a ton of raw images online is kind of a hassle. When shooting content photos, you want to be mindful of, number one, the location. Make sure that you're picking a place that really fits the vibe of your business, that will fit the aesthetic of your Instagram feed. So if you're a photographer that primarily shoots out in nature, you probably don't want to necessarily go and shoot your content photos like downtown in a city somewhere. Also, be mindful of what you're wearing. Look at your Instagram feed as a whole. What's the color scheme that you have going on? What are the colors that you like to use to represent your business? For me, I use a lot of greens and earth tones, orangey, yellow colors, and during the summertime I do have a lot of blue mixed in because I live on the coast, so we do a lot of sessions by the ocean. So I'm gonna bring clothes that are gonna fit seamlessly into my feed. I'm meeting up with one of my photographer friends, Emily Sawchuck Photography, and we are going to do a content session swap today. So I will take you guys along for the ride. So I am going to bring a bunch of different outfits, that way I can be really stocked up on content. I kept the color scheme very like blue and warm, and I'm also gonna bring some different accessories, that way I can just have lots of options and lots of different content. This is Emily. Alright, so that was the content session swap. I had to refilm the end of the video because of an issue with the footage. So it's been a few days. I have looked through all of the photos. I have edited so many, and I'm honestly just so stoked about how these photos came out. I feel like they just truly represent me as a person. They represent my personality, they represent my brand and the types of photos that I want to take, and the type of experience I want to provide. They're photos that I really wouldn't have been able to take by myself with just my tripod and my timer. So that's where a content session swap just really comes in handy. It was also just really nice to finally go swimming in the ocean. That was my first swim of the summer, and I just feel like these images are so fun. I can't wait to start sharing them and using them on my different platforms. So don't be afraid to get out there and start taking some photos of yourself so that you can show up for your business on your feed, on your website. You will be so glad that you did, and it really just gets easier every single time. So don't worry if your first go at a content session isn't exactly what you want. It will get better and it will get easier. Thank you guys so much for watching, and please subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't yet, and I will see you guys next time. Bye. Bye, dude.